Yeah, I know, man.
Me neither.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know how I'm going to get it done. We've got 12 hours and haven't even started. I don't know anything about representation either. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, we should probably get on with it. Okay, well, I'll see you soon. Good luck with yours. Okay, see ya. Hi, who are you? Darling, I'm Betty Friedan. Oh, okay. What are you doing here? I'm here to help you with your essay. Really? Oh, that's great. Follow me. Just take a seat here. So, let me tell you about 50s magazines. Well, the magazines themselves were very problematic. Yes, they would portray the women as fluffy and feminine. Okay, yeah. Quite content in their world of bedroom, kitchen, sex, babies, and... I see. I have one of these magazines with me now. Women's Own. 3 pages of summer knitting inside. Yes, this is problematic because it confines the woman to the household. It implies that she stays at home and knits her children clothes while the father goes and makes the money. Yeah, I see. And going back to the idea of sex, the magazines conveyed the idea that this was a woman's only goal, that her only purpose in life was to recreate, make children, meet a man, you know. So magazines were trying to portray the fact that the house was the place of the woman, the mother, and nowhere else. The magazines are very materialistic in nature. There's no thought, there's no human spirit, there's nothing of the sort. Oh, right, yeah. I should know because not only did I write a book about it, but I also worked in the industry for many years. I saw firsthand what these magazines were about, what the magazine executives wanted and what they strived for. I see. Yes, in fact, I have a quote from a magazine executive right here. He says, "Properly manipulated, American housewives can be given the sense of identity, purpose, creativity, the self-realization, even the sexual joy they lack by buying things." And I just think that shows exactly how magazines were, if anything, controlled ultimately by consumerism, and consumerism alone. That's all I can tell you for now, but if you want to come buy my book, there's plenty more in there. Yes. Well, thanks very much. Cheers. I'll let you out if you want. No, I'm quite alright letting myself out, thank you. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, see you. Thanks very much. Hi, I'm David Gorman. I'm here to talk to you about 50s films. Oh, great, yeah, I need something on that. Do you want to come on in? What, it smells like Betty Friedan in here. Just take a seat here. So, tell me about it. Okay, so you see, the films of the time almost always focused on this male hero. The female was never really the focus. Okay, yeah. If you've seen these films, you'll understand that the male decisions in that film are what drive the story. I guess a good way of putting it is that the women were more of an accessory to men. Their purpose was to offer support and motivation to the male character. I see, so in a way it's really similar to how women were portrayed in magazines? Yeah, exactly. Women in film were more likely to be scared, more likely to be in need of protection than the male characters. I guess what I'm trying to say is that women weren't the star of the movies, and that really this lower class was unfortunately their place in film. So I guess the films were placing some sort of limitation on a woman's ambitions. Yeah, exactly. So take a film like Rear Window, for example. Have you seen it? Oh, I have, yeah, I love Hitchcock. Yeah, so in that film you'll see that the female character Lisa is there to support and listen to the ideas of the main character played by James Stewart. Okay, yeah. Well look, that's all I can tell you for now. Well, thanks very much, this has been a big help. Say, can I use your toilet? Yeah, sure, it's just over there. Take your time. Thank you. about films of the 50s? Yeah, I can tell you some stuff about film noir.
Oh, okay.
The destabilization of typical gender stereotypes was a major trope of this genre. Oh, yeah.
I see.
Yeah, so, broken men went hand in hand with these new, threatening women.
Oh, okay.
You only have to look at certain films like Out of the Past and Kiss Me Deadly, and you'll see that the women in those films have more power than the men. The male characters face emasculation. Their problems are caused by the women in the films.
I see.
The women are smart and ambitious. Look at Kathy from Out of the Past. I describe her as a black widow, even though they're evil and sinister. You can tell they know what they're doing.
I see. So the mainstream movies were limiting a woman's ambitions, but then noir seemed to amplify them?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay. But then again, that's still kind of a negative representation, because it suggests that women can only achieve this if they break some sort of moral code or break the law even.
This new type of screen woman was disorientating.
Yeah.
I saw a contemporary review of The Maltese Falcon, and the reviewer was very confused by Mary's character.
Okay, great. I'm going to start typing this up now. So, where it... He's gone. Come on in. Hello, I'm Owen Devereux, and let me guess, you're here to help with my essay. Take a seat. Yes, that's right. Oh, thank you. So, what do you need help with? I've got plenty of information on how women were represented in the 50s. I just need modern day stuff, really. I'm sure it's gotten better since then, of course.
Well, I'm afraid not.
Oh, really?
Well, as you already know, the media presented gender with a marked difference. Women were sort of portrayed in this fake world. And it's no better now. I remember seeing a recent issue of Glamour with Kristen Stewart on the front, where she was sat in an impossible position with her legs all twisted. And that image, well, if that isn't a fake world, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You see, they're pushing for this ideal that's, well, it really is impossible.
Yeah.
You see, Photoshop is used to edit these women to look even more beautiful than they already are. So in that, they're forcing this idea that this is the ideal woman, that there is no other option.
I better crack on with this.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'll be on my way.
Bye-bye.
That smells like Devereux in here now.
You take your time. Yeah, we were just talking about magazines of today and how they represent women, and if that's different to the 50s.
Yeah, so the themes of magazines such as Take a Break and That's Life tend to be real life sex and violence, and all in all it feels very gossip-like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and in a way it feels like this is now the formula.
Oh, okay.
So while the departure from this old stereotype is a good thing, really is the new stereotype a good thing too?
Alright, thanks. I'll start. I don't suppose you've got anything on modern day movies as well, have you?
Oh yes, well actually modern films I think have improved.
Really improved?
There's a current stereotype of being a good and strong mother, but I don't see that as a bad thing.
Oh, okay.
Think of a film like Panic Room.
Oh yeah?
The mother in that is shown to be strong and protective of her child, and all these are ultimately positive things.
Yeah.
She's tough, she's resourceful, she's assertive, surely these are good things.
Yeah.
Then think of classic films like Shrek and The Matrix. The male heroes are joined by equally powerful females.
Oh yeah?
So in that way, representation has improved, because women are no longer an accessory, but more an adversary.
Oh well, that's great if they've improved. You know, I thought it would be worse than that.
Of course, that's just my opinion. There are alternate views out there, such as my dear friend Maggie Hum.
Oh, really?
She believes that the good mother stereotype is a bad thing.
Oh.
She thinks every Hollywood woman is someone else's other.
I watch a lot of superhero movies, and to be honest, what Maggie Hum says kind of relates to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for example, 7 of the 33 films to pass $1 billion have been superhero movies, but none of them have a female lead. Even the team-based ones, they seem to focus more on a male character.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I guess like you mentioned earlier, for 50s movies, women were reduced to accessories. That's almost how it feels for superhero movies today.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, I guess it hasn't changed.
Oh well, I'll see you around.
Of course, just you can see yourself out, can't you? I guess it really hasn't changed. Hollywood still doesn't care about representation. Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman? What are you doing here?
I'm here to tell you the good news. Hollywood is changing.
Oh, right, okay.
There's a shift in attitude. Now women are the focus of films. They were shown to be both strong and courageous. Did you see my movie?
Yeah, it was great.
I wore armour in my movie. I was a capable warrior.
Right?
Furthermore, my director, Patty Jenkins, was a female. This is excellent because no longer were women subject to the male gaze.
What's that?
The male gaze is when women are created by a male's perspective for their pleasure, for their own desires.
Oh, right, okay.
It takes away this idea of men constructing the ideal women. We finally have our own voice.
Right?
Not to show off, but my movie did succeed. It raised over $800 million at the box office. Look at previous female superhero movies. Elektra, for example. It was a box office flop. It failed with critics. And then you look at the costume in that movie, and it's all tight leather, and Elektra's a character of sex appeal in that film.
Yeah.
Of course, there's nothing wrong with making a character sexy or appealing. It's just when this is their only characteristic, then it makes you ask why, and why can't it be more than that?
You know what, now you mention it, there does seem to be a call for change attitude. Did you see the Oscars?
Yes, I was there.
And did you see Frances McDormand's speech?
Yes.
Yeah, so she mentioned something called inclusion rider. I looked it up and it says it's a clause which calls for roles which reflect the world in which we actually live. So really from that we can see that the film industry is wanting to change. There is this attitude. People are aware of the issues surrounding representation. And that's the main difference between today and the 50s, that there has been a change. This is great. Thanks, Wonder Woman. I knew you'd save the day.
No problem, young man. I'm just here to do my duties.
Can I get your autograph? Oh. Thank you. In conclusion, issues around gender representation are still present. Women are still oppressed today like they were in the 50s. Magazines, although portraying a different side of women, still hinder a woman's ambitions by implying a thin waist and clear skin is what the ideal woman should be. Today's magazines have retained some aspects of previous decades, however, such as the use of sex as a common topic. Older magazines would inform the woman of the importance of sex with her husband, whereas modern magazines use sex as a talking point. The film industry also contributes certain issues which oppress women. For the most part, women still serve the role of the male character's supporter. It seems there is a lack of effort put into some films with a female lead, and an overall apathetic nature is conveyed. That being said, a new wave of female-led action movies, such as Wonder Woman and Atomic Blonde, seem to suggest Hollywood is adapting to a more diverse landscape. In addition to this, key figures in the industry voicing their desire for a change implies further improvements can be expected. And submitted. Get in. With 5 minutes to spare. I can finally go back to sleep now. Excellent. Oh, for fuck.